So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to build this small and simple tree farm. So this is an oak and birch tree farm, so those are the only two types of trees that it is able to farm. And it also has a TNT duplicator, so as you can see, if you move this piston it will duplicate TNT. I also do show a way of creating this without using a TNT duplicator in case if that's how you want to play, but I added this just in case if you do want a TNT duplicator. And another thing is that it doesn't have any leaf breakers, and leaf breakers are kind of important to produce more saplings, but I did build it with leaf breakers, but I just didn't see a point. It only supplied about like 5 saplings. Like every time I used it, it could have been that I wasn't collecting them properly or something, but honestly it was just not producing enough saplings, and you go through a ton of saplings while you're using this thing. So yeah, it's also incredibly cheap if you are using the TNT duplicator, as you don't have to really spend money for TNT or spend time building a creeper farm and all that, but it does have but this is probably the most expensive thing, and I took a screenshot, but this is probably the most expensive thing that you're going to need, this dead coral fan. But yeah, I'm going to be showing you guys how to build everything, and we're going to start with the materials list. So these are the items that you're going to need to build the tree farm right here. So this is what you're going to need. The hardest thing to probably get is just sticky pistons. Also, these blocks right here don't have to be glass or concrete. You just need any blocks that you have laying around. This could be really anything. That's just for the little collection area right there, and just for that you can use any block instead of white concrete just for that. I just decided to use white concrete. So yeah, and for the TNT duper, this is what you're gonna need. If you don't want to use a TNT duper, you're just gonna need a dispenser, and that's about it. So these are the items that you're gonna need for the TNT duper. You do need a dead bubble coral fan. You need this one specifically. So make sure that when you go looking for a coral fan or coral, that it's this one specifically. Alright, so the first thing we're going to start off with is this diamond block. You don't need a diamond block, but I'm just going to use this as where we're going to be starting to build. So we're going to place a pressure plate on top of that, and then we're going to use a dirt block right here. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is place a block right here, and then another block right here, and then we're going to build 6 sticky pistons up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what we can do is place logs just like this. So it has to be logs. If it's not, then the sapling won't grow. So make sure this is logs, just like that. And if you want, you can remove this block right here. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is place a block right here with a dispenser right here. Make sure it's a dispenser, not a dropper. And then what we're going to do is build a dropper right here. And then we're going to have a observer. We're going to have the face of the observer facing down. Are you kidding me? We're going to have the face of the observer facing down, just like this. So now when you basically place a block in front of it, it will power both of these dispensers and droppers. So this one's the dropper and this one's the dispenser. Now what we're going to do is place a hopper right there, and then a chest right here. And this chest is going to be for your bone meal, so make sure to fill it up with a ton of bone meal. So yeah. Alright, for this next part, what we're going to do is go 1 block down from the starting block right here, and we're going to place a redstone dust right here. And then after that, we're going to place a sticky piston, and then we're going to have an observer facing up, just like that. So now, when we step on the pressure plate, this piston should push forward, and if we put bone meal in here, or really anything, just to test, it will start shooting out. If we put anything into this hopper too, it will also just start pushing all the items up, and then it's gonna start shooting out. So watch this, just like that. It's not at the same speed, but you know, it gets the job done. So let me pull that item out. No, oh, okay, whatever. Alright, for this next part, what we're going to do is build a block right there. Then we're going to place a comparator right here. So now if this has like bone meal in it, let me show you real quickly. Bone, can't spell. Get some bone meal. There's bone meal in there, and then basically we're going to have a sapling right here, and when it grows, a signal will transfer through this block and power this comparator. So that's what we want to happen. Just make sure that this interaction is happening when you have a block right here. After that, what we're going to do is place a sticky piston right here with a block on top, and then we're going to place another block right here with a repeater and set this repeater all the way to the max. So after the comparator and piston, we're going to place a block right here, and then we're going to place a redstone repeater right there, and then we're going to set this repeater to the max just like this, and we're going to place a dropper right here. And this dropper is going to be dropping saplings, so make sure you and I don't recommend putting a hopper and chest on top of it, because that will slow down the rate at which saplings grow, because saplings need a certain amount of range, and they don't really care about wood. They only care about like weird blocks. So yeah, just don't place a hopper in a sapling, or a hopper in a chest, or else it will just slow the rate at which this farm produces wood. Alright, so after that, what we're going to do is place a block right here, and then redstone coming along just like this, and with a repeater right here. Alright, after that, what we're going to do is place a block right here and place a redstone dust right there. We're going to place a block right here with a redstone torch, I believe, and then we're going to place a block right here, and that should push out these pistons. What you're going to do is put them back, and then you're going to place a block on top of that. So now if you want to test it, you just have to power these this wire right here. There you go, and as you can see, it pushes all of them. Alright, so what you should have so far is basically, when you stand on this pressure plate, this should start shooting out bone meal, or if it has bone meal, it'll try, and then when you place a block here, or once the sapling grows, as you can tell, the TNT farm will push it. So yeah. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is actually just place a glass block right here. This is just so that we don't get huge trees. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is get a block right here. So we're going to come down to the bottom right here where the piston and observers are at, and we're going to place a redstone torch right here, and with a piston, normal one, facing up just like this, and this piston should be extended, and if it is, that means you're doing a good job. And then what we're going to do is place gravel all along the top. So you want to place 11 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so next what we're going to do is make sure that the piston is extended. Make sure you're 11 blocks up. And what we're going to do is place 2 blocks right here with a redstone torch going into here. Now the torch, a repeater going into there with a redstone torch behind it. So make sure it basically looks like this. Next what we're going to do is place a comparator here and right here, just like this. So comparators just like this, and they should both be off. Next what we're going to do is place hoppers facing into each other, just like this. After that, we're going to go 1 block up on both sides of the comparators. We're going to place a redstone dust on both of them, and then we're going to get a sticky piston and place 1 here and 1 here, and then we're going to place a redstone block in the middle, just like this. So this is what you should have. Next what we're going to do is place 13 items, doesn't matter what items, just 13 of them, into this area right here, into this hopper. If you place it into this one, nothing bad should happen. It will just move into this hopper right here. So it doesn't matter, just put 13 items into either of these hoppers, and it will be put into this one, which is the important thing. Next what we're going to do is place a sticky piston facing up right here, and this is going to be right next to this piston, and this sticky piston is going to have a cauldron, and it's going to be filled with water. Make sure you're not sneaking while you place this water bucket, or you will spill the water on all of your redstone. So make sure you're just standing and you click on the cauldron to fill it without spilling all the water and causing a mess. And all you have to do now is just place a block right there and a redstone comparator. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is go 7 blocks out from this block right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's weird, 7. And then after that, you're going to place an obsidian right here. After placing this obsidian right here, we're going to go 3 blocks down and place a glass block right here, or any block, and then we're going to have another block 1 block up and to the side, so it should look like this. And then we're going to go 3 blocks out, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're basically going to be creating a kind of pool. We're going to go 5 blocks wide, just like this, and you're just basically going to fill this in. And we're going to have water in the corners of this, so we're going to be creating kind of like a funnel at the end of this, is kind of the idea. So just keep going, and then after like roughly 7 blocks, you want to place water in these corners. and we're going to get an idea of the shape that it's going to create. So now you can just break away all these blocks. And then what we're going to do is place blocks below the end of these water blocks right here. So right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. And we're also going to place a block right here, and just put 2. So it should look like this. And then now what you can do is just fill this part in. And then what we're going to do is right here in the middle, we're going to break it. And we're going to put a sign right here. And then this can just go up, just like that. And then what we're going to do is place a hopper and a chest. So let's place the chest first. It might make it a little easier. Just like that. And then we're going to place a hopper right here. And then now what you can do is just remove these glass blocks. And now what should happen is if you throw an item, it will float to the middle. I believe even if it's in this corner, yeah, it should float to the middle. So that's what it should do. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to show you guys how to build is the TNT duper. I will also show you guys how to build it without the TNT duper, but the TNT duper is a little harder to build, so I'm going to show that first. So basically what we're going to do is place a block right here with a repeater, and then we're going to go 7 blocks out from this point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we are going to place redstone dust all above this. Next, what we're going to do is place a sticky piston at the end, just like this. And then once you're at this point, you want to go 1 or 2 blocks down, just like this. And then we're going to place a glass block right here. And then we're going to place a copper stair, or any stair really. You want the stair to be facing like this. And then what we're going to do is place glass like this, just like that. And then we're going to have this middle part is going to have a sign in the middle right here, and then we're gonna go 1 more block. So there's gonna be 5 blocks here, 5 blocks, and then we're gonna have another stair. It doesn't matter what type of stair, it just needs to be a stair. And we're gonna place a block above that, and then we're gonna have blocks below this, just right here. So 1 block right here, 1 block right here, and then we're going to place water in between in these stairs, and that will make it so that when the TNT falls, it's not completely accurate on where it falls, but it needs to always fall on this obsidian. So we need to make this kind of little area. And by the way, this hole that we make should fall on this obsidian. That is important. So make sure everything is correct on the length of everything. This is 7, and then 1 block out, 2 blocks down. So yeah, this needs to be accurate. Alright, so the next thing we're going to need is basically glazed terracotta. So we are going to place 3 up here in the front. We're going to place white stained glass right here, and then glazed terracotta like that. And that's what it should look like. Alright, so for this TNT duper, what we're going to do first is we're going to place we're going to place slime blocks like this, and then we're going to place slime blocks like this. So basically 2 L's just like this. Next, what we're going to do is come to the other side, and we're going to place a TNT right here. So this TNT should be in the middle at the end of the little water thing that we have going on here. We're going to place a oak fence on top, and then a dead coral fan right here. Next, what we're going to do is place a detector rail on top of this slime block, so it's on the higher level right here, as you can see. We're going to place that right there, and then a minecart right here. And then now what you're going to do is you're going to get yourself a lever, and you're just going to power this line. So that should basically make it primed, and then pull it back. And then if you if you power it again, it will duplicate TNT. I should not have done that. Okay, good. Yeah, do not spam this. That's just in case, because if you spam it, TNT will start flying everywhere. So it will break stuff. So that's why we have to make sure everything is controlled, or else it can cause a lot of damage. Alright, so after that, you should actually be done finally. So now we're just going to test it. We're going to get some saplings. We're going to get some bone meal. Let's make sure we fill this thing up just like that. And what we're going to do is just stand on this pressure plate, and we're going to start placing our blocks just like this. And we should see a TNT fall. Perfect. And basically you'll be able to do this for as long as you'd like. All you need to do is have like some sort of weight on your mouse or something like that, or you can change the keybind for placing blocks to space and just put something on spacebar. If you have a a wireless mouse or a powered mouse, not like a wired mouse, you can like turn off the mouse while you're holding down the button. That's what I usually do. So I have a wireless mouse. I just turned off my wireless mouse right now. You can hear me clicking. Does nothing. It's off. So that will keep it constantly clicking. So yeah, it's just little things like that. And then once you turn your mouse back on, I don't know, at least for me, it just automatically connects back, and we're good. We're good to go. It depends on the mouse though. I don't know if all of them work like that. But yeah, that's just how you do it like that. And if we come look down here, we should see that the wood is being collected. It looks like some little pieces of wood are being pushed off. If you want, you can make this pool a little higher if you'd like. You can make it wider. You can make it as big as you want. You can really aim it in any direction. I just wanted to make it look nice and simple. Didn't want to make it too big. So yeah. So now I'm going to show you guys how to build this without the duplicator, and that's also very simple. So basically what you're going to do is just break everything here. Well, yeah, so we're just gonna break everything. If you like for some reason want to remove this this thing, it will activate. So we're just gonna remove all this, basically like this. There you go. And then what we're gonna do now is just place a dispenser over the top of this obsidian right here. Dispenser, perfect, just like this. And then what we're going to do is place glass around this dispenser, so it should look like this, just like that. And then you're just going to fill this thing with TNT. You can put like copper on top of it with a chest with TNT and all that. So now if we just put a block over top, we should see that the TNT should go off. And we just cover this so that it doesn't go flying everywhere. Sometimes it can move to the edge and do weird things like that, so we don't want that to happen. But as you can see, it is working as it should. Basically the same way as the TNT duper, but this way you actually use TNT. Just depends how you like to play. But yeah, that is it for the tree farm. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.